Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Lucid Trading. Today we're going to be taking a look at Tesla stock. Now before we do, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. That would be awesome. Also check me out on Patreon. The link is in the description. I would appreciate your support there. And yeah, let's just begin with the video. Tesla, what has been happening? It's incredibly weird what's been happening because we did predict there would be a blowout slash pump to the upside, which was significant. But what happened right after that is just ugly, not looking good. Yeah, the only thing that I could guess that happened here was lots of negative news coming out. Basically, the news media and some analysts downgraded Tesla, and there was also something about where they would talk about the tax credit, like, oh, they're only earning profits because of the tax credit they're getting from Fiat Chrysler. With well, that's not true, right? It's not true. They could have posted a profit without it, but it's so stupid because they're about to have a awesome quarter in the Q4 as well, and it should be going up. Like, really, honestly, the technicals said that, the fundamentals said that, it was sound. However, I think there's also another reason why it's going down, and this is actually called the self-fulfilling prophecy. But then the opposite, because there is a concept in the stock market, really, like, the professional traders know about this. It's called the inversion narrative. Now, the inversion narrative basically means that when a lot of retail traders are betting one side, say for example, half of the market is retail and the other half is smart money, the investors, the institutions, etc. If the retail traders go bullish in a particular stock for a long enough time, the institutions will go bearish. And because so many people are going bullish, institutions are like, hey, you know what? I can go short on this stock, make a lot of money, get out of the stock, and then pump it again, which we're seeing right now happening. Now, I'm not saying it's exactly like this, but I am suggesting that this volume bar, you see that? These are institutions selling, shorting and selling the stock, getting profit and getting gains on these shorts. So they're doing this because they know there's a lot of retail traders out there with so-called weak hands that will sell the stock once it goes down. And what do we always say? Hold the stock until it goes up. You don't want to be selling when it goes down. But lots of people do. I know people that I just recently met in the bar that know nothing about stock that are holding Tesla stock. And if people like that hold Tesla stock and they see the stock red, like, oh, it's down 3%, oh my God, they will sell the stock. And so many people sold the stock, which was a very bad move because there's a lot of upside to come for the fourth quarter and the coming weeks, even the coming days. One more thing, tomorrow a lot of options are going to expire, calls and puts. Lots of people have bet that the stock would go back to 460, to 450, to 500. Some people have bet that the stock would go to 400, to 410, 420. So the banks, they pay you out those the money that comes from those options. What do they usually do when a lot of people are at both sides? They go sideways. And it is exactly what we're seeing here. We're going sideways. It's coincidental, right? It is not. This is actually what they're doing. They have the big capital. They decide where the stock goes, literally. Long term, because long term it is a weighing machine. Short term, the stock market is a voting machine. The banks, the institutions have the largest amounts of votes. So they pretty much decide where the stock goes. Now, I really do believe the coming weeks we're going to be going to the $500 to $480 level. Q3 earnings was the best earnings Tesla has had ever, pretty much ever. It was amazing. They delivered and they will deliver again in Q4, and they will also increase their guidance for the next year, which is amazing, which means that they will be delivering more vehicles than they actually said they would for next year, which that's obviously very bullish. So I'm just gonna look at the technicals here. Enough talking. So basically, we are going down right now. possibly going down a little bit more for tomorrow. Could happen if the markets are bearish. And then we could possibly bounce a little bit. I truly could see that happen, like go down a little bit and then go up a little bit like that, possibly reaching about the 438 level very soon again. Until then, we're moving sideways. You can see it very, very nicely. We went up, we went down, we went up and down. Just basically like that. We're going to move like that until Friday ends. I think that is going to be the neutral scenario, so don't attack me for that. We did correct this bounce. We didn't know it was going to be so small. I really did think it was going to be bigger because we looked at 2018, 2019, 2017, 2015. Basically, the past 7 years, Tesla had a massive bounce on earnings announcement. This year, apparently, they did not have one. We could still expect it tomorrow. There is a slight chance it will happen tomorrow. The institutions want to pump the stock whenever people don't expect it, because then they can get the maximum amount of gains. So it could very well be that they dumped it right now, and on Friday, when people don't expect it to go up, it just suddenly pops like 10%. I've seen this kind of stuff before. It happens quite often, actually. So yeah, I just feel very disappointed because I really thought the fundamentals were checking out, which they did. The technicals were checking out, which they did. But yeah, right now we are going sideways. Let's check the 1 hour. 1 hour is about to go a little bit bearish. You see that right there. We might see a little bit of bearish movement, which could also be indicating the sideways movement that we've been saying would be happening for tomorrow, probably. Then after that, we would see more bullish movement coming up. Pretty sure about that one. After all the retail traders have sold, we would most probably be trending upwards. So we would be trading in this little channel right here, and I'll start moving upwards bit by bit, slowly to the upside. Or we are still getting the pump Friday, go sideways, and we pump. Could still happen. If the markets go bullish tomorrow, after the presidential debate today, it could still happen, highly likely. I'm telling you, there every single year, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this on every Q3. Every single year, there's a bounce on earnings. And this was a very small bounce in comparison to the bounces that we have seen. So we're going to be checking that out very soon. We're looking neutral to a little bit of bearish on the 1 hour. And the 4 hours is looking like we're going to go bullish, honestly. Although I want to point out something. You can see right there, we literally just did not cross over. So this is looking a little bit bearish. You see that little bearish candle, that red right there. So yeah, it could still cross. That would be very bullish. But we'll see what happens. It could still go a little bit more bearish for Friday. And the 1 day is looking about to go bullish. So that is nice. Still, guys, I still believe we could see the pump. Don't ridicule me. I think it still could happen. I'm going to show you right now what happened in previous years, and I'll try to convince you that it still might happen. I'll be back in a moment. So, alright guys, we're going to be taking a look at Q3 of 2019, what happened right there. So we had a similar pattern where we would move towards earnings. We had a bull rally, anticipation rally of about 15%. And then after that, we had a brief correction until earnings, which was, I think it was around 8% to 9%. And then on earnings, we saw a huge move to the upside. I think it was the day after earnings. It was a gap. You can see that. We went from 50 to around 66, right? That was about a 30% move. Now I'm going to show you another earnings. This is going to be 2018. I'll show you right now. All right, so here we go. 2018 Q3, right? So we had a huge rally upwards, and then we came back down. We were at 65. We started at around 59, which was a 15% move to the upside. A little bit less, 13%. Then we had a correction until earnings, which took us about, let's say, about 15% lower, which is similar to our situation. And then we had a pump on earnings, at least the day after we pumped. The days after, you can see that the days after, similar with the other situation, we went up to about 77 from about 60, which is another 20 to 25% upwards move. Now I'm going to show you 2017, see what happened there. So 2017 Q3, this is so similar. Another move to the upside. We started at around 63 up to 69. That's about 10% to the upside. Similar to our situation, we moved down to about 64. So we had a move down, 10% down, similar to our situation. We are at around 64. We moved down before earnings, and then we move up after earnings the days after to 74. That is about 15% upside, guys. Let's go to 2015, because 2016 Tesla reported a very bad earnings in the Q3, so we cannot reliably look at that because we had a strong record-beating Q3. So 2015 coming up. Guys, even 2015 Q3 looks similar to what we had. We had a run up to 45. We started around 42-ish. Actually, we started from top. But this pattern of going up, going down, and then going sideways, and then going up, that has been super consistent for Q3 earnings. And you can see it every single time. Go up, go down a little bit, correct, go sideways, and then literally keep going up, keep going down, and then we pump. So we had a height of 460, 446. We came back down 10%. Earnings comes around, we pump around 15%. All right. So like this has been happening every single time, and we could even go to 2014. I'm not even kidding. Look at that, 2014. I'm not kidding. Same period. We go up, we go down, we go sideways, we go up again after earnings. It's been so similar. And that's why I've been saying the fundamentals are checking out, the technicals are checking out, and this historical pattern where, because Tesla is a cyclical stock, it's a cyclical consumer stock, those things were checking out. So I was really expecting a pump, and we got a pump. We just didn't get the big pump, because right now we're at 429. I expected at least 450 or 455, which we didn't get, which is it's just weird, you know. So I'm still thinking this is not it. This is not the bottom. This is not the top. We're still in anticipation of a move upwards, and it's going to be either tomorrow, next week. It's still coming, guys. I'm telling you. This pattern checks out in throughout Tesla's history. Q3, when it's good, it does that similar pattern every single time. Fundamentals were good, technicals were good, this year is good, the stock market is good, everything is good aside from COVID. So I still think we're going to be seeing some room to the upside. I just think this is going to happen. Everything is looking bullish. We're about to go up on the daily. We're about to go up on the 4 hours. We're about to go up on the 1 hour is a little bit iffy though. But yeah, the 30 minutes, I mean, it's checking out. We're probably going to be going up now. And if it's not a pump to the upside right away, then I'm expecting it to go like that. Literally. It would just literally go like that until Q4 deliveries. And have brief corrections and then go up again. Just like that. I'm telling you guys, if we don't have a crash in the stock market, we're just going to keep going up. We're just going to keep going up slowly, bit by bit. It's going to rally upwards. It has done that so often from Q3 to Q4 when the quarters were positive. We just increased guidance for 2021. Guidance for this year has been increased. Q4 is going to be the best quarter of the year, probably in the history of Tesla. So there's just a lot of positive. And on top of that, there is a possible S&P 500 inclusion happening this quarter, Q4. It could happen because we have 5 quarters of profitability. We could see another one, 6 quarters of profitability. The Berlin Gigafactory is going to be built, right? It's going to be further along. Shanghai will be done by that time. So it's just a lot of bullish momentum. I'm looking at the 438, 444. After that, we're looking at the 453 and 447 to the upside. This could happen the coming days, coming weeks. This would be my guidance. I just think this pump could still happen. Look out, it could still happen to the upside. Be careful. All right, guys, this was my analysis for Tesla stock. I'm still holding Tesla, by the way. I am not going to sell. I'm going to dollar cost average at every down move. And there's going to be a very bullish future. I'm telling you, it's going to be checking out. Technicals are good. Fundamentals are good. Historic patterns are good. The stock market just literally corrected. There's a possibility of an upside move coming. And when it comes, we're going to go up, straight up to the moon. All right, guys, this was Lucid Trading. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Check me out on Patreon. That would really be awesome. Support me on Patreon. Link in the description. Discord link in the description. Guys, this was Lucid Trading. I'll be seeing you next time.